Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, visualizing, affirming, even scripting, yet your manifestations seem stuck in slow motion? If so, you're not alone. Yeah, I have a lot to tell about this. But what if I told you that Neville Goddard shared a hidden technique that could shift your reality faster than you ever imagined? Hi there, my name is Kelly, and today we are diving into an incredibly overlooked secret from Neville Goddard's teachings. One that can dramatically accelerate your manifestations, and trust me, once you grasp this concept, you will wonder why you never used it before. So, stick with me to the end because this is a game changer. Let's do it. First, let's talk about what most people get wrong when manifesting. You know, many of us think that affirmations, visualization, or scripting alone will do the trick. However, here's the problem. There is a missing piece. They've taught that the subconscious mind doesn't respond to just words and thoughts. It actually responds to experience. You must feel, see, and embody your desires as if it's happening now. But here is where most people slip up. They are either too detached or too mechanical in their practice. And you may ask, Kelly, what do you mean by that? What does this mean? Well, it means you affirming and visualizing, but you are not immersing in the reality of having it. In other words, feeling with all your senses. So what is the missing piece then? It's something Neville called inner conversations. Most people know about scripting and affirmations, but few truly understand the power of rehearsed inner dialogue. Neville emphasized that our subconscious mind is shaped by the ongoing conversations we have with ourselves. And here's the twist. If you master your inner conversations, you can rewrite your external reality instantly. Then you may ask, how to use inner conversations to manifest faster? Alright, here is how you can start using this technique today, and I'm going to provide you with 3 simple steps. So step number 1 is identify your dominant inner conversations. How do you do that? First, take a moment to observe your thoughts. Are you constantly doubting? Are you assuming delays, struggles, or setbacks? If so, I have bad news for you. Because your current reality is just a reflection of your inner dialogues. And this also goes back to that conversation of the law of attraction, that we attract what we vibrate. So if you are vibrating in a low frequency, you most likely are attracting negative experiences into your life. While on the other hand, the higher your vibration is, the better you'll be. You're attracting positive things into your life. And then we go to our second step, that is rewrite the script. So instead of thinking, I hope my manifestation comes, replace it with, I love how easily my desires come to me. So it's basically reprogramming your mindset. But don't just say it. Feel with all your senses. See it in your mind's eyes. Hear in your mind's ears as if a trusted friend is confirming it. So, here's the thing. Imagine your best friend saying, "Wow, it happened so fast for you." And let yourself feel this excitement. This is a big part of the process. And this is how you also reprogram your mind. And then it leads us to our third step, that is make it a habit. So, in other words, practice this every time your mind starts wandering through old doubts. Whenever a limiting belief creeps in, interrupt it, cut it out, and switch the conversation. This is very important. And here, the secret is consistency. You know, the old adage, consistency is key. The subconscious reprograms itself through repetition. So the more you rehearse positive inner conversations, the faster your external world shifts. And here why this works instantly. Your subconscious mind is constantly seeking evidence to support your dominant assumptions. The moment you change your inner conversation, your state of being shifts, your energy changes. You start moving differently, speaking differently, and even unconsciously making decisions that align with your new reality. So believe in that. Neville even said, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. So the moment you feel, see, and interact in your mind as if your manifestation is already true, the physical world must conform it. And hear me out, must conform it. There is no delay, no waiting. It starts shifting right away. This is universal law. Now, let me share with you a couple of stories here. One is mine. Well, I've used this technique personally, and let me tell you, it's mind-blowing. One time I was manifesting a new business opportunity. Instead of just visualizing it, I started having these inner conversations, and guess what? Within, I would say probably 24 hours, one unexpected opportunity came up. And this came completely out of nowhere. So what happens is that I subscribe to different newsletters in different areas, topics, whether it's business, health, spirituality, etc. So this one was about business, and I received in the email an opportunity to compete for a 10,000 to build a SaaS product. In my case, I was thinking of building one meditation app. By then it was just concept. And then this thing came out on my email box. And then boom, I sent my application, and within 24 hours, I received this lovely message that you can see here on the screen. But it goes to say that when you are in alignment, it's not like a coincidence. It's that the universe responded to your vibration, your alignment. But I'm not the only one. Here's another example. I don't know if you are familiar with Vadim Zeland. He's the author of Reality Transurfing. There's a book about change your reality, the mysteries of the human consciousness, this type of thing. But he has credited Neville Goddard's teachings, particularly the power of inner speech, as a major influence in his work. Before becoming a famous author, Zeland, I hope I'm saying correctly, consciously changed his self-talk and inner dialogues from doubt and limitation to success and abundance. By imagining himself as a well-known writer and feeling it real through inner conversations, he saw his books become bestsellers worldwide. So now that we went Through this conversation, let's put this into action. First, observe your current inner conversations. Second, replace doubts with powerful, believable inner dialogue. Third, hear others celebrating your success in your mind. Fourth, repeat this throughout your day, especially before you go to sleep. 5. Watch how reality bends in your favor. And here's the thing. If you commit to this, your manifestations will accelerate like never before. Trust in this. So now, I want to hear from you. What is one thing you're manifesting right now? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love this insight from Neville Goddard, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next breakthrough video on manifesting abundance. This is what I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.